Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of Intuitive Angling. And man, I really appreciate you guys carving out some time in your busy schedules to check the video out here and spend some time with me. Guys, today I want to give you guys my practice day report. I'm up here at Lake of the Ozarks. We have our final BFL tournament tomorrow here in the Ozark division. It's actually the BFL Super Tournament. I think if you make the top 30 tomorrow, you advance to Sunday to fish. So this is a lot riding on the line here, the final tournament of the year. And I want to give you guys the rundown how my day went today and sort of give you guys my game plan for tomorrow's tournament here. Also, guys, for get started, just want to extend a big thank you out there to everybody that's taken time to use and bookmark my Tackle Warehouse link for your tackle purchases. You guys hear me talking about this all the time. I get messages all the time about guys saying, hey, Randy, I bought some of your jigs or the crankbait you suggested with your Tackle Warehouse link. Thank you very much for that, guys. We really appreciate that. Me and my family do. Also, guys, real quick, anybody interested in booking an on-the-water lesson with me, all you have to do is go to that Facebook page of mine, Randy Blaukat Professional Angler, and shoot me a private message for details. So thank you for putting up for the plugs there. Really appreciate that. Okay, guys, this one, final tournament of the year, September. At the time of filming this video, it's September 12th. Notoriously, one of the toughest, times of year to catch fish in any lake across the country. Lake of the Ozarks is no exception. And I'm in a little bit different position here. I'm in really good place in the points. I think I'm in 13th or 14th place in the point standing. So I probably don't even have to catch one to make the regional championship down at Grand Lake in October. But obviously, I'd like to win the tournament or do good. So my approach in this tournament's a little bit different. Traditionally, this time of year at Lake of the Ozarks, it's going for a one-day tournament. It's going to take probably 17, 18 pounds to win the tournament. Sometimes, a pound or two either side of that. But, I look for tomorrow. If you got 17 or 18 pounds, you're going to, have a really good chance to win the tournament. Probably have to catch about 17 a day to win the tournament for 2 days. So that's sort of what I went out looking for today. Now, my plan in this tournament, obviously, is to fish shallow. So, I spent my day in off-colored water. The water here at Lake of the Ozarks is a little bit higher than normal, for this time of year. There's actually, there's water willows. There's a little bit of water willows. The water willows growing on the bank have a little bit of water in them. And normally the lake is 3 or 4 feet low, so it's quite a bit higher than it normally is. And it's also a little bit more off-colored, which, tends to think there's going to be more fish up shallow. But guys, today, to make a long story short, I didn't do that great. I mean, I caught some fish, but it wasn't anything like what I was looking for. Now, given that doesn't really mean anything because Lake of the Ozarks is notorious for having certain areas of the lake that are sort of on and certain areas of the lake that are just really tough. So I know the lake well enough to bounce around. So given that, it's like one of the things that you have to do, it's like a military plane flying over, but given that, one of the things you have to do is you have to identify the pattern for the bigger fish. Now, it's no secret here at Lake of the Ozarks that docks are the key structure. I mean, there's tens and thousands of docks on this lake. Not all the docks are the same, and the docks that I fished today, and that is my game plan to a large extent to fish docks. I was just catching some smaller fish, a few keepers, but a lot of like 13 to 14 inch fish, and that is not indicative to being on the right type of dock. Now, given that, what is the right type of dock? And the right type of dock, it depends again on the conditions that you have for the day. Some of these docks here at Lake of the Ozarks, it's like there's a lot of brush around them, and you can catch fish around that deeper brush around around the docks, like in 8 to 15 foot of water. Some of the docks, the fish are on the bottom in 5 or 6 or 7 foot of water in the shade. Some of the fish are suspended under the floats, and some of the bass will use the shoreline cover behind the docks, like seawalls, little rocky banks, that type of thing. That's a really, really prime pattern here at Lake of the Ozarks, is getting behind those docks to fish the rocks and the seawalls. So the dock area that I fished today, it was sort of a funky color. It wasn't. It was stained, but it wasn't as stained as I really wanted it, but it was still stained. So it's like all day long in the stretch that I was fishing, it's like I need the water clarity to be a little bit cleaner or a little bit dirtier. It was sort of in that in-between zone where I couldn't really identify the best bait. Say, for example, if it would have been a little bit cleaner, that would have opened up maybe a swim bait or a top water or something like that. And if it was a little bit dirtier, it would have opened up more of a jig or like a square bill crankbait. But I was sort of in that in-between zone and never could really get comfortable with it. The fish I did catch today, guys, I did catch them on a crankbait around the docks. Just a couple different types of crankbaits. That Megabass Super Z2, I caught some on that. Caught a few on a rattle trap around docks. I couldn't get anything on a slow bait. I couldn't get anything on a top water. But they were not tournament type winning fish. So one of the things that I've got to do tomorrow, and my plan for tomorrow, is I got to go back tonight to the house. I'm driving back and forth from Springfield, and I have to decide, do I want to go cleaner or dirtier in those terms. If I go dirtier, I'm going to, pull out the flipping stick, maybe chatterbait, my old school jig, again, the square bill crankbait, that's going to be the primary weapons there. If I go cleaner, I'm going to pull out like the big swim baits, the top waters, glide baits, and that type of thing. So I'm really going to have to examine the weather, forecast for tomorrow. I really feel whoever wins this tournament, it's going to get one on 3 different techniques. It's either going to get one spotlighting around the deeper brush piles, which is probably how it's going to get one. This lake has got more local dudes that fish it than any lake in the country. A bunch of guys live here on the lake, and they've got hundreds and hundreds of brush piles planted out. And they're all spotlighters, so that's probably going to be the way the tournament's won. But you can also, there's an outside chance it could get one on something like a glide bait or a top water, if the conditions are right and you get the right bites. I look for, just from my history of the lake here, I look for there to be probably 75% of the top 10. They're going to be using the cheater box on brush piles. And then, the 25% is going to be a hodgepodge. There may be one guy catch them on a glide bait, one guy catch them on a top water, maybe one dude finds some type of a flipping bite on a dock. That's sort of the way it goes. And who just ever gets the right bites with it. So anyway, tomorrow I'm gonna be fishing, obviously places I didn't practice before, but again, I fished this lake since I was a kid. I know it like the back of my hand, end to end. So I feel comfortable and confident on this lake going to places that I didn't practice in, because I've spent so many Septembers up here fishing. I just sort of know where they live. And again, my goals in this tournament are different. I'm not out in this tournament to try to catch a limit for points. I want to win the tournament and try to make some money here, because in these BFL tournaments, guys, if you don't make the top 5, you're going to lose money. So you sort of got to focus on catching those bigger ones. So I'll let you know how it goes, guys. Give you guys a full rundown tomorrow, and give you guys a breakdown of hopefully what I did right. What I did wrong. If I do really good in the tournament, I'll have all the dudes that have my back are going to be happy for it. And if I suck in the tournament, all my haters are going to have a field day, and I'm going to make their day tomorrow by not catching them. So somebody will be happy one way or the other. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for checking in. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys are doing well. Checking later.